So a bit of excitement today. We've come up to the mountains in Mae Taeng here, and we're going to be trying some ATV riding and maybe some whitewater rafting. We're still deciding on the price, but hopefully we're going to have a good trip. So Anne's just negotiating the things now, but here's the prices of the things, the options that you've got and the packages that you've got up here in Mae Taeng. Anyway, I'll show you now. So here's the price of the elephant sanctuary things to actually come up here. You got your whitewater rafting and your ATV riding. And you can see here you've got options as well as there, but let's check this out. They also had some good package deals here per person, as you can see there in the list. So it looks like this ride's going to be a little bit cross-country. We're just practicing to get our handle on the ATV. So Nice is just, my stepson's just giving things a run around the block to see how he handles things. But yeah, it looks exciting. This is Kaengkued With A View. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But at this location, it's got glamping here. It's also got whitewater rafting and ATV riding. And I'm just going to say that this place is worth a visit if you want to go up into Mae Taeng in the mountains. There is tour packages you could buy in your local hotels. You'll find for these sort of elephant sanctuaries that are in the area here. And a lot of people do go up into the mountains here for the various elephant sanctuaries they've got there. But there's also other things like, as I said, the ATV riding and the whitewater rafting. And there is homestay type things here as well in the mountains. And I understand there's also resorts and hotels, but I haven't checked them all out. But we decided to come up into the mountains here specifically because we'd come here once before and we'd seen the ATV riding was actually cheaper than in Monjam. We'd tried it the first time in Monjam and it was so-so and pretty expensive, and it was just a circle track. But when we checked out this place, we realised it was a mixture of, riding the ATV through the local town, as well as going off-road, going through the water, and going past through the elephant sanctuaries as well. So I thought, you know what, if I'm after an experience on a good ATV ride, I'm going to give this a go. Now, safety was paramount at this place. Like, they did make sure you had a helmet on. You had to wear the chest plate thing. They did sort of get you to test the ATVs to make sure that they were working and that you actually understood how to ride them. So that was good. There was three of us. There was me and my stepson, Nice. And they did have two tour guides. They had one in front of us guiding us and one behind us, just sort of following up to make sure that nothing was going wrong. So if we had a problem with starting our motorbike or turning it off or even getting our helmets off and on. Like, I was trying to get the clip off my helmet at one point. Not exactly easy when I'm not used to it. And but it was great. Like, I've ridden ATVs before, so I just jumped right into it. And I really love this particular tour. It's definitely worth it if you're after a bit of an ATV ride. We got it on a bit of a bargain. Like, overall, they charged us for our ATV ride and our whitewater rafting, they charged us about 1,000 baht each, when normal price is a lot more than that. And I think it's because we were locals and they knew we were locals, that we lived in Chiang Mai. And maybe because I mentioned I was filming it, I don't know. I'm not sure why they gave us such a big discount. But they did look after us and they did give us a bit of a discount. I was expecting to pay around 6,000 baht or above for what we had actually done on this day. But we did get it a lot cheaper for some reason. But if you are buying a tour from town in Chiang Mai, you're going to find that the hotels, of course, are going to charge for transport and there and back. And there's probably going to be some extra fee they charge because they're a tour company taking you to this place. And so just be aware of that. But if you do rent your own motorbike or you rent your own car and you drive up to this place, there's a chance you may be able to get it a little bit cheaper than what they're actually asking. But it doesn't hurt to try, like we did. And we were just pleasantly surprised they did look after us so well, and they did give us that sort of discount on the actual trip itself. And the customer service here was really nice. They were really nice people looking after us overall. And maybe it was just the advantage that I had Anne there, and Anne was speaking Thai, And I think one of the tour guides did have some limited English, and he was chatting to me, and he's and telling me different things that I needed to do. But as you can see, this particular ride, we're starting off on the actual road. And we did go through the village and stuff like that. But here we're actually turning into the sort of farm area shortly. And within this area as well, we've got the, we'll pass a lot of things like the elephant sanctuaries. So if you want to know the size of these elephant sanctuaries, which they're bloody big, but we didn't go to them on this day because we've interacted a lot with elephants since we've been there. So we thought, well, we don't want to spend money on an elephant sanctuary today. But you'll be able to see shortly just the extent of that elephant sanctuary and how big it is. But I just really needed a day out, you know. I just needed to reflect, and it was my stepson's on school holidays at the moment, so we thought let's go for at least one good activity, and that's the reason why we booked the ATV and the whitewater rafting. See, here we're starting to go off the main road, and we'll be hitting dirt road soon, where it starts to get a bit of fun, because once you start going off-road, I didn't expect it to be that cross-country. So it's not just your typical track that you might go around in circles. This is cross-country, and you're having a lot of fun going off-road. And so if you're after an ATV experience in Chiang Mai, I definitely recommend this place, because it was a lot of fun. I just enjoyed my hour. And they were really good, because they stopped at certain sections just so you could see the view, take a few photos, do a bit of filming, and they helped me attach my GoPro to the front of the ATV, and I probably used the wrong attachment at the time. That's why you can see it's on a little bit of an angle, the GoPro here. I should have attached something that was better that could sit on the ATV handle, but I had to do this weird strap thing where I set my GoPro 9 on the side of the ATV, and that's why you got that little bit of an angle. But I'm actually quite impressed at the clarity of the GoPro as I'm actually driving along filming. But there's a lot of different adventures up in the mountains. Like I was expecting, even when I'd done the whitewater rafting, that I was just going to be on one of those bamboo rafts and actually go driving on that. But no, it was actually a lot better than that, the experience. And this, just to give it context too, this is dry season. So when we're actually going on the river's not as high as it normally is. Apparently the river can get a lot faster and a lot deeper during the wet season period. And even some of the villages that you'll see along the river further up tend to not be there during wet season, because they just basically move shop, because the river can rise quite fast in these areas, especially during wet season, from what the tour guide was actually telling me. The only thing I should warn people of too is, wear some decent shoes when you're going on these sorts of ATVs. I was wearing bloody sandals, but it's still okay. I was okay for it. But one thing I should have done, which I didn't do, was actually put on some decent sunscreen. And because the day during this time of year, in April, it can get quite hot. Like we're looking at like 40-degree temperatures almost where we were as we were riding around. So even with the helmet on and stuff like that, you are out in the heat. And I guess it was a little bit cooler for us because when you are on the motorbike, air conditioning, that's what I'm just saying there. But definitely put on the sunscreen and take plenty of water with you, or take some water. They did give us some water on the trip, which was good. They chased up with us, gave us a bottle of water each to keep us hydrated. And for that hour, I guess that was okay. And I was okay with that. But you did feel a bit dehydrated by the end of the day, especially after we did the whitewater rafting. So, just sort of tip, keep yourself hydrated if you're coming this time in a year during dry season, as it can get really hot. And I just sort of liked how he was just taking us cross-country through back roads and stuff like that. And we're riding on the road, but there didn't seem to be any road rules as such, because people were riding on both sides. It didn't really matter whether you were riding on the wrong side of the road. It sort of felt when we're going down this way. But the thing with this driver too, one of the things he sort of warned us before we started, he had all these different hand signals, and they were supposed to represent different things like go left, go right, stop. Easy hand signals. And so that's the way he actually guided us. So we just followed his direction. But I did love just revving up the ATV. But what he did to us, he found out that, well, Anne was probably the slower of us that sort of rode the ATVs, so he put her on in the front and put me in nice behind because we could operate the machinery a little bit better, I guess. And just so we all stayed together and that we didn't sort of rev off from each other. And even coming back, though, Anne was out the back, and so I had to keep slowing down for her just to check on her. And because they can tip these ATVs, they may seem stable on all four wheels, but even on one section of this trip, I'm on a bit of an angle, like going sideways, and I sort of felt like the thing was going to fall over, so I was having to lean to really to the left heavily as the ATV was tipping to the right. So you'll see further up that we do go through some sort of tricky situations, and there's also some things that sort of like go downhill very steep, and so that took a little bit of practice to get used to. But it was a big loop he takes you on as well with the ATV, and here's another sort of tour coming back, I think it was, from the actual ride. And so it's just a standard loop you go around, but it's a big bloody loop, and it is an hour that we went on here. And it is a bit of smooth road versus a bit of good dirt road versus going off-road versus river. But yeah, if you do have any questions on this ATV riding, all of this place, I am going to put the link in the description of where it was. And if you want to do a package deal, so you're doing ATV, whitewater rafting, and elephant sanctuaries, they do have them there. So what I'll do, I'll put their email address, their Facebook link, and everything in the description, because I felt it was a good package deal for what you experienced. Like, even the ATV ride, you got to think how scenic this was, like I was mentioning before. Going through an elephant sanctuary and actually just seeing all the elephants in the distance. And that was just really... yeah, it was beautiful. It was scenic overall. And, but yeah, I did love this area. See, we're going along the river here, and a little bit further up, we stop where we're going to take some photos of the elephant sanctuary, which is to the left of us. And even though the GoPro's not showing it, all to the left of us, it's like this huge, big farm, mega farm of where they're just looking after the elephants, they're growing some crops, and they're also got, it looked like buffalo or something in there as well. And that's why it's scenic on the left-hand side. And I'm sure I didn't get the film there when I was doing, because the GoPro was strapped to the front of the car. But, I don't know, I sort of still enjoyed it. And I didn't know how this GoPro film was going to turn out either. I had no idea. And even just looking at it as I'm recording the voiceover on this, it actually turned out really good, the quality of filming. But I might put some music to the back of it as well. And if you've got any questions, again, just leave the questions below. As we come up to here, I'll just show you a little bit about what we actually see from this particular viewpoint. And we have to be careful because there was also a group of people walking up behind us with elephants from one of the elephant sanctuary. But here we are, where we just pull over here, and I'll show you the view now, which is beautiful, this view here. So let's check it out. So we've stopped. So I couldn't put the GoPro straight, so I've got to see how that filming comes out. But as you can tell, we just had a bit of a 5-minute break here, and you can see here just the beautiful landscapes that you've got of the elephant sanctuary here, all the various elephants, and I'll zoom up a little bit so you can see them up a little bit closer. And yeah, just really beautiful here. This is we're going around. Yeah. Oh, wait, we just got a car coming up us. Yeah, so you got both elephants and buffalo by the looks of it here. But still looks pretty good. They got a bit of a farm there. I'm guessing they're growing some of the actual food for the elephants as well as for the farmers in the area. tour guides are really good. They'll actually stop you at a few locations where you can just stand and take some photos and also have a drink of water along this trip. Just look at it here. This is all the elephant sanctuary area. And you got this, the tour guide was telling us that during flood season in about 2 months, all this area is underwater. And the water just rises massively. And you have got these little homestays here you can stay in too. Glamping, as they like to call it. And looks like a little mini kitchen there where people come and eat. But yeah, overall, not a bad setup. I don't know, Nice looks a bit tired. And over here, look at this. This is what you're seeing as you're coming around on this ATV ride. Just the beautiful, majestic elephants here. This is one of those elephant sanctuaries, so you can't ride them here. And but absolutely beautiful. So this section of the track I really started to enjoy, because then it was going up and down hills, around uneven roads, down some steep areas, up some steep areas. And so you really tested out the power of the ATV on this particular section. So yeah, I had a lot of fun right here. And I noticed the ending, get a little bit nervous in a few places here, but me and Nice seemed to be just flying around the tracks on this particular place here. It was awesome fun. And so this is definitely one of those ATV tracks you want to go on. You know, coming from a counsellor's background, like I'm a mental health clinician, I've just say that you've got to live life and you've got to embrace it. You've got to get outdoors and just do things and live life mindfully. Like, even me just jumping on an ATV and going whitewater rafting, a bit impulsive. I did sort of think about it for a couple of days, but I went up here because you need to get out of your room sometimes. You need to get out in the open. You need to go and explore. You need to just tick off those bucket list sort of items and just do them. Like we all constantly say, I'll do this one day, I'll do that one day. Well, why aren't you out there doing them? Why aren't you out there just ticking off these bucket list items and getting them done? Why aren't you out there embracing life and just enjoying it and living it mindfully and sometimes being in the moment? Yes, we've got to structurally plan our life sometimes, and we've got to set some decent life goals, some decent career goals. We've got our financial responsibilities, family responsibilities, all that. But you've also got to live your life. And you've got to live it to the fullest, because we never know what could happen tomorrow. We don't. And life's crazy. Like in all the years of counselling and all the different work I've done in the social work field, I've just seen life change suddenly tomorrow from a sudden accident, from an illness. Anything can happen to you. So don't put off your dreams. Don't put off your bucket list items. Just start doing them. Get out there, explore the world, embrace the world, embrace all the beauty around you. And I know it's a very optimistic way of looking at it, and it's not about chasing happiness constantly, because chasing happiness is an unrealistic goal. It's about living life with meaning, with purpose, with direction, but also taking those moments where you can just sit down and just enjoy the moment. And yeah, this was a little bit of an adrenaline thing for me, a bit of fun, but it was also very relaxing just being out on the track. And I should do this more often. And whether it be, because there's just so many activities to get outdoors and do within Chiang Mai. Like I'm even considering whether to learn to ride a motorbike. Never done it before, but I'm just thinking, do I want to have that adventure and actually learn to ride it and maybe get out in the open road? Don't really want to drive around the city too much because it's quite chaotic on bikes, but more of that open road fun. So again, get out and embrace life. That's all I'm recommending to you guys out there. See the world, travel, experience different cultures, experience different people, and have fun like this. And yeah, I did have a good day. I'm just saying, I was very positive about this day, and yep, it was exciting.
what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
ATV being done, that was awesome. And now we're trying, I think it's whitewater rafting. There we go. I just booked it. Not sure how much this is going to cost, but it looks like fun. First we've got to get in the back of this truck. Awesome work health and safety as we get in. Just going to sit down. There's all the ATVs there. Fun time. So we're getting ready to jump on the back of the boats and have a bit of fun. Done the ATV, now it's the whitewater rafting. So there's been a few patches on these boats, but good old VIP. Don't know what these rapids are going to be like, but could be a bit of fun. It's a pity I didn't have a helmet mount for my GoPro, I would have brought it with me. But it's pretty hard to film when you're trying to paddle at the same time. So I'll probably only film glimpses of it if I'm lucky. We're going to do a 6-kilometre run. So while it's quiet and we're not on the rapids, I'm just sort of filming. This is so surreal and relaxing. Yes, you can tell my feet are over the edge of the thing, but we're actually enjoying it. There's a couple of elephants going up the top there for a bit of a feed. There's some tourists up there, and some more people doing whitewater rafting in front of us there, further down. There's Anne and Nice behind us too. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. I've had to have my phone in this plastic thing most of the time coming down. Would have been good if I'd bought a GoPro with a good mount on the wrist or something like that, where I could film or on the helmet, but I left it in the car. But yeah, it's beautiful here. Yeah, so there's the elephants there, the elephant sanctuary. Have we got these two coming up here? Quite nice actually. Just got to be careful with my phone here, because I'm filming while I'm on the water. The water's quite shallow actually. Just coming along here. It's worth the trip. Like, you do the ATV riding and the river rafting in one day, and if you haven't seen the elephant sanctuary before, do the elephant sanctuary. They're 3 really good trips, and this particular company does a good job. So yeah, definitely give them a go, and I'll put all the details in the channel below about where you can find this place. So yeah, it's just coming down the village and local kids and all that playing. Local people having a barbecue. And we're just going down this river nice and slowly. But I think we're going to hit some more rapids soon, so I'm going to put the phone away again. So, just ending the day here. It's a Thursday, and we had a great bloody time out there in the ATV riding and the basically the whitewater rafting. But one tip, bring bloody swimmers. I swear, I just came there and I'm totally drenched at the moment, and yeah, bring swimmers. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, we just stopped here at this Black Canyon Plain place on the way back from Mae Taeng, and personally, I don't like the coffee in there, and the setup's okay, but it's not really worth it. We ate behind us there at some of the local restaurants here. There is a hotel here, an upside down house, but overall we're heading back now. But yeah, highly recommend going up into the mountains of Mae Taeng and trying the elephant sanctuaries. Well, the elephant sanctuaries, my friends tell me, are really good. I haven't done them, but the ATV riding and the whitewater rafting was definitely fun. Yeah, so at this place you got some unique sort of little places. Must be where all the tourist buses stop, because it's got the huge plain here which you can go inside and sit down. Got a hotel there and a weird upside down house. But anyway, we're off. Time to head home.